All right. Welcome to the Mindfulness Broadcast. Welcome to spring. Oh my gosh. I was reading this post the other day, a Facebook post that said, "Go home, April, you're drunk." It made me laugh because, wow, it has been a wild weather ride here, at least in Southern Oregon. We've had just maybe yesterday, we had snow and rain and sunshine and all of the above. So it's been really wonderful to witness and to remind us how dynamic this season is, and that life can be. Maybe it represents the season of your life. Definitely is representing mine. I want to talk today about self-compassion. So, we are all workforce development professionals here in some way, shape, or form. So we are either guiding people into self-sufficiency through different means, whether that's employment or not. Most of us are working in some way, helping people connect to employment, into careers, into micro trainings or certifications, getting into this. I should say we're working with people in an intentional and or unintentional change, right? So we're holding that space for people. We are all doing it through this lens of workforce development. And when I think about that, I think about how compassionate we are. So we are reminding people how failure is part of change. We are reminding people of their resiliency, of their resourcefulness. We are reminding people that they have the power to overcome, right? But this is our job. This is what we do, whether we are leaders and we're doing it for our teams, whether we are in a case management role and we're doing it with our participants, whether we are at the front desk doing it with people as they come in and seek our services. We're doing that. And that doesn't always translate to us being compassionate with ourselves. So we are developing this part of our mind where we shine the light on others. And yet what might be happening inside for us is that inside voice is telling us that failure is evidence of who we are, of our identity, that we'll never do it, what's wrong with us, why didn't we, that self-talk that happens inside, that chatter. And so I love the work of Kristen Neff. I've shared it in different trainings in different settings. Kristen Neff is a lead researcher in the field of self-compassion. And what she did through her research, she comes to us through University of Texas in Austin. And she shares through her research, really, there's 3 ways that we learn to be self-compassionate. And what I just love about that is just that concept that we aren't born with it, maybe, or maybe we are and it goes away. But the point is, we can learn it, we can remember it, we can train ourselves to be self-compassionate. So that same light that we shine on others, we can learn to shine it on ourselves. And the power of that is that when we engage in change, we are activating a part of our brain that leads us to higher levels of resiliency, that leads us into this prefrontal cortex, rather than a shame-based part of our brain that just shuts down that willingness and ability to be vulnerable, which is what it takes to go through change, right? Successfully. So she talks about 3 components of self-compassion. And again, this is all based in her research. And what she found first is mindfulness. Surprise, surprise, right? The ability to be present with yourself. This is what's happening. This is my inner voices are speaking up right now. The voice of, whoever, my grandmother, my grandfather, my uncle, like that, my coach, like that voice is coming through me. It's not mine, it's somebody else's. So mindfulness, this is what it feels like in my body when I'm beating myself up. And then we move to common humanity. Common humanity is that reminder that everyone on the planet knows what failure feels like. Everyone on the planet knows what it means to beat yourself up. Everyone, right? And yet what we do when we fail is we tend to fade backwards and say, well, I'm the only one. Something's wrong with me. And so it's the reminder. So first we get present. Then we remind ourselves, this is the human experience. This is the human experience. It says nothing about me or my uniqueness. It just says that I'm human. And then we move to self-kindness, which is offering ourselves the same kind words that we would to our customers, to Oregonians, to participants, to our children, to our partners, to our pets. We're kinder to our pets than we are to ourselves. And so it's offering ourselves that reminder that, oh, you got this. It's okay to be exhausted. Look at what your day consisted of. You haven't had a break. Let's eat. Let's eat and regroup, right? Like those are all words of self-kindness, of self-compassion that we can be giving ourselves. And it's learned. We can learn. So we're going to use our practice today to re-strengthen that muscle. And what we're going to do is spend some moments in silence. And what will happen is that your brain will move away from the present moment and it will go into thought. And your job in this practice is to practice self-compassion. So you self-compassionately bring your mind back to the present moment, which means you might say something like, I see that I'm thinking. Let's just bring this back to the moment. Or my mind keeps drifting into this weekend, and that's to be expected, but I'm going to bring myself back to this present moment. Or you're worth giving yourself this moment. Come back to your breath, right? Rather than like, oh, I did it again. I've been thinking about this weekend for the last 30 seconds. What's wrong with me? I'm not good at mindfulness. This is such a waste of time, right? So it's how you bring yourself back. So that's our practice today. Mindfully noticing when you've wandered, knowing that that is the human experience, and then lovingly and compassionately guiding yourself back to this moment. So let's do that. Go ahead, find yourself in this moment. You can do that through closing your eyes. You can take a soft gaze. And just feel your body. Notice its temperature. Notice areas of tension, areas of ease. Notice where you feel your clothes, your shoes, perhaps the glasses on your face, the earbuds in your ears. Notice where you make contact with the floor or the chair. Inviting a relaxed and attentive state to your posture. And breathing. Feeling your breath move in and out. And then inviting your mind to follow suit, to be here, to gently guide it to a point of focus. It might be your posture, it might be your breath. Continuing to bring your focus back into that point of reference for you again, whether it's your body or your breath. It might be a vision or a mantra, a statement. Noticing how your mind changes when it hears my voice and when it doesn't have that anchor. Where does it go? How do you lovingly, compassionately, kindly bring it back? An additional layer that you can add here is to put the palm of your hand over your heart. And as you bring yourself back to your breath, as you found your mind wandering, you might just gently press on your heart, on your chest, as you kindly bring yourself back. Opportunity to release our own neurotransmitters of safety, of connection. As we close this practice, just note that experience, what it was like to give yourself words of kindness. Whether there was comfort or discomfort, just noticing it, exploring it, getting curious about it, and reminding yourself that we have the ability to retrain and relearn what feels normal and comfortable. So if our comfort is in negative self-talk, just asking, is that how I want it to be? Bringing your attention back to your breath all together. Inhaling deeply, exhaling slowly through lips. Slowly opening your eyes and coming back together. Thanks for joining, everyone. Thank you for being here. I hope to see you on Wednesday at Mindful Masterclass, and definitely next weekend or next week as well, next Friday. Be well. Bye.